Okay, it's a beautiful day and I am getting ready to start digging my own well. And it's going to be a shallow well, and the purpose is going to be to water this garden. So I've got it started within about a 3-foot hole, and did that with a power auger. And I'm going to show you the contraption that I've made. It's everything I've got from DrillYourOwnWell.com. Here's the drill bit. It is a 3-inch in diameter, black pipe nipple, and cut it with I guess this is like 6 inches long. Cut it with a reciprocating saw, and then hammered out, in, out, so I can get kind of a nice wide cutting. So you can see that's pretty vicious. I wanted it wider than the coupling so I don't get hung up on that little ledge. I've got 10-foot sections, so I've got 2 sections of it, so that should get me down to 20 feet. Here's kind of a handle. It was made, put a little leather to, hopefully it'll stay strapped down. You'll see that in action in a little bit. And then up here, because I'm going to be needing to remove, drill so far and then remove this, add more PVC, and then when it's all done, I'm going to drop this filter. It's like a filter spike, on the inside, and it'll go down, to the end of the tube. And then I have an elbow, so I went down to 3-inch, then to an elbow, then this adapter, more couplings until I can attach a garden hose. So, and as the drill bit is cutting up the soil, the water hopefully will, flush out all the soil that's being dug up. And if there's no rocks and no big roots, I should be able to get down 20 feet, 18 to 20 feet. Here's an old well that was there, so that's why I'm going to dig right next to it, thinking if they had luck, and so will I. And here is, the garden that may need to be watered if it dries up, if there's no rain. Still got to clear out that tree. All right, so see you in a minute. All right, it is a well update. Let's see. I'm down about 9 feet, 8 to 9 feet. And then I hit, I think it's gravel, or it could be a lot of roots. I pulled up this root, so that drill bit is doing its job. I mean, it just ate it right up and sent it floating to the top. So it can dig through roots, but it can't dig through rocks, and the rocks are not coming up, obviously. So let's take a look at the drill bit and see what's been going on. Looks a little bit different than the first time we saw it. It's pretty chewed up. It's not sharp like it was. Before it would just cut you real quick. Gravel out. I've been thinking about it and finally came up with a solution. But first I wanted to get the water out of the well. I do think that's just water that has been pumping in, and I don't think it's coming up from the ground. Could be, but I doubt it. So what I'm doing, first I want to get the water up, get the water out, because I don't want to lift up some rocks and just have the water wash them away. So I got another 3-inch light duty PVC and put a cap on it, and then I just put this little cut in there, so when I drop it down, water will fill up, however deep it is, and then if I pull it up real quick and dump it out, not too much will escape out of these holes, so I'm able to kind of bail out the hole so I can maybe even see the rocks that are down at the bottom, but I don't think I could see that deep once the water's gone. Okay, and then how am I going to get up those rocks? I'll show you in a bit. I'm going to do 8 feet, right, and then I hit gravel, sandy gravel. Then the water that was flushing up the clay did great, but then it could not bring up the gravel. So I needed to figure something else out. Here's what I came up with. We might only be working 1 inch at a time, but I am down to 9 feet. I got some light duty 4-inch. They didn't have 3-inch, and I was able to get down in there. So you could see what I did. Is I put an end cap on there, cut a slice out, with glue and screw, got that to hold up. So I turn, as I'm going down, and all this is filling up with sand and rocks. So I am down to 9 feet now, actually. I just added the new pipe. This was about $7 for each pipe. It's light duty, and because you don't want the thick end cap that you can't cut through. So it's nice and thin. I'm going to add the handle to it and then get over there. Okay. There we go. Next contraption was I have a 10-foot pole added, a couple of feet on the end there, so I'm probably at 12 feet, I guess. I strapped in a wrecking bar, 4-foot wrecking bar, the hook on the end here. Yeah, it's fun to play in the mud. Okay, and I was able to pull out that. Yeah, buddy. That's going to be a necklace. This is a trophy right here. I got this giant rock out of that very deep hole. So that's how it's going. This one didn't quite work. It wasn't big enough. I guess it could have, but just didn't get it. Alright, here we are back again at the hole of disappointment. No, we're only 8.5, 9 feet down, so there's still hope. I've got that big rock out, and now I'm trying a new tool. I don't know why I didn't think of this earlier. I do have an auger bit, so I put that bit on a 10-foot pole with the T, and this is a 4-inch. I'm not sure exactly if it'll fit, but I don't want to take a lot of risks right now. Okay, the first scoop up, kind of interesting. I mean, I was able to pull up rocks like this. A bunch of, dirt already fell out, but yeah, as you can see, I'm into more gravelly. All right, let's get this in perspective. There is the bit. And there it is in the ground. So let's take a look at what is coming up. Okay, dry. And that looks pretty wet. So I think it's possible that we've found the beginning of the saturation layer. I'm gonna just hope. And we are at 13 feet. 12 feet maybe. 12. Okay, new tool. The auger bit is a little bit stuck. I mean, I can untwist it and get it back out, but I think I got under a nice big rock, and you know, with the handle being up a little bit high, I'm having a hard time, you know, really, I can't lift it. Kind of have to push it up, not using that much weight. So what I did, I got a couple of 2x4s, tied some rope around one end. I have these here, so it's like a pair of chopsticks, and the coupling is right there. If it was higher, I would put the end where the rope is, you know, on a chair or a log or something like that, raise it up. But since we're so close to the ground, I can just rest on the ground. Okay. All right, it worked. Yep. Okay, and that is it for today. So always make sure you, where is it? Well, it's there. Cover your well hole in case any critters or kids want to play in it or something like that. Oh wait, one more test.